Welcome back to the channel, Nomadic Sober. Definitely appreciate all of those who have subscribed, like, shared the channel. Those of you checking in for the first time. Recent events, in light of the recent events that have taken place in Mexico, I basically wanted to make a video and, not necessarily to counter or discredit those affected by those events, but to give a little perspective and share my experiences of Mexico since I do live here. So I gave it some thought first, instead of just popping up on the camera to say anything for views, because it was and still is pretty much a hot topic. Safety and security, I believe, should be anyone's primary interest when traveling, whether it be inside the native country or traveling abroad. So with that being said, my first thoughts were, as long as I can remember, I've never heard Mexico putting out a travel advisory for Mexicans traveling to America or for the citizens of Mexico that live and work in America, right? I never heard the claim that America wasn't safe at all. I never heard any country say this, even after the events of 9/11. America is pretty much a melting pot of just about every culture from, every corner of the earth. And I can speak to this because I was born there and raised there coast to coast. Have any of you watching the video ever heard any country claim that America wasn't safe? But many of you living there can attest to the fact that every time you turn on any news channel that's going down, whether it be at a Walmart, a church, a grocery store, or by way to stop the police, right? Is America safe has never been headline news as long as I've been alive. And there's a reason for that. You never in your life heard any country on the planet say that America wasn't safe, never. Russia ever say that America wasn't safe for Russians? How about China issuing a travel advisory, to its nation of people that traveling to America isn't safe? How about Canada telling its citizens that America wasn't safe to go to or live in? Right, you never heard this in your life, ever, right? But I can say that all of my life, I've heard that Mexico wasn't safe for Americans, or some other country wasn't safe for Americans to travel to or live in. And most of this revolves around these countries not being interested, basically in America's politics, or sharing of the same ideology as America, or accepting of its main theology, right? This is just my opinion. I mean, you can turn on any news channel right now in America and it's hot like fish grease. And that's just the truth, And many of the citizens don't feel safe living there, but they're conditioned basically not to leave. When has any other country issued a travel advisory to its citizens warning traveling to America was dangerous or not safe because of the gangs or because of the police? Never, ever, right? Sure, Mexico has the cartel, but do you think they're thinking about you coming here to drink, margaritas, absorb the weather, shop and eat? You're basically boosting the economy. I'm talking to the tourists, the expats. You coming here to spend that US dollar. But if you just binge watch Snowfall, Power, or any of those shows, and for you too, the average Joe Blow, start thinking, maybe, I'm gonna get to Mexico, rub a few shoulders, and poof, become the next Scarface, right? You might as well fast forward to the end of the movie. What I'm saying is basically keep TV on your TV. Personally, me, I'm good in Mexico and really have no complaints thus far about Mexico. They treat me right out here. I go where I want to go. I have no fear apprehensions. In fact, the apprehensions that I had while living in the United States, I don't have here at all. I'm just being honest. Some people come here with different intentions, and to each their own. You got to handle your scandal at the end of the day. But if you're not on that type of time, when you get here, you stay in your lane. You know where you are. You don't be in spots where you have no business being. You'll be all right, easy peasy, palm tree breezy, right? Yeah, anything can happen to anybody, anywhere, and at any time. We all know this, but at the same time, I think that people, seem to turn off their common sense when they leave their country and travel abroad. If you're at a resort, my advice is stay there. Play your beach chair. All the venturing off the parts unknown, and with people you don't know, or people that you just met, you should know that you're playing yourself, basically. And you're opening yourself up for things outside of your body that your body probably not built for, So I'm saying that, people should have those things. Those things should be considerations, right? When you come into another country, especially Mexico. People also should know that you being from America, Canada, France, or anywhere else is not a green light for you to, do whatever and go wherever you want, right? Nor does it give you a pass to talk more crazy to people, abuse their services because it may be cheaper than, what you're used to, right? Disrespect is disrespect regardless of the language or anywhere you're at. A spade is a spade. Another thing, make sure that you're aware of the laws here. I'm not saying study the laws, but basically be aware of local ordinances, things like that. Know that if you're out in the street, you're drinking, you're drunk, you're acting up, they're taking you in. Right? So come to Mexico is my advice. Drop a bag, shop, tip everybody. Have some margaritas, grab you a shaded spot somewhere, and stay out the way so you're not in anybody's way. Easy peasy, palm tree breezy. By the way, do one of these 3 things: like, share, subscribe to the video. Yeah, one of those. Back to the palm tree breeze. We're gonna Nomadic run to 1,000. Nomadic Soul Bro. See you when we get there.